A young man in his 20s, he was asked to be Osama bin Laden's bodyguard. Ahmed Khalfan Ghailani earned himself a reputation as being good with explosives and would later be charged with bombing 2 U.S. embassies in Africa back in 1998. Attacks led by al-Qaeda.
Really, this bombing was the testing ground for 9/11.
When authorities caught up with Ghailani in 2004, he was already on an FBI most wanted list for the embassy attacks and had a $5 million bounty on his head. He was transferred to Guantanamo Bay in 2006. Now, as the Obama administration moves to close the notorious prison, Ghailani's trial is the test case on whether a Guantanamo detainee can and should be tried in a U.S. civilian court.
The fact that the case is being tried in New York City in a regular federal court is very significant. All right? There are still people who say this can't be done.
Some say high-profile terrorist cases should be tried in a military tribunal, namely because of the high costs associated with securing an alleged al-Qaeda terrorist. But so far, NYPD Commissioner Ray Kelly says Ghailani is not a security threat.
We see no specific threats associated with that trial.
But higher-profile defendants like alleged 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed could pose a much bigger security risk. Other hurdles, whether certain sensitive information can be divulged in open court. Ghailani's role as an al-Qaeda operative was so key, authorities admit he was subjected to waterboarding.
One of the interesting things about his case is it's acknowledged that he experienced some of the harsh interrogation methods that the CIA was carrying out in its secret camps overseas.
But that information likely won't be discussed during the trial. And that's good news to those who lost a family member more than a decade ago. Edith Bartley lost her father and brother during the bombing.
People need to understand this is not just a trial. These were victims of al-Qaeda. Pre-9/11, they were Americans representing their country. My brother was a college student, and this trial is about families whose lives have been shattered.
Ghailani's trial begins Wednesday. He apparently prefers being tried in a civilian court and has piqued quite an interest in his own proceedings after reportedly being an avid reader of John Grisham. If convicted, Ghailani faces life in prison. In New York, Bonnie Ghosh, The Associated Press.